Alright y'all, what's up? Back again today with a very special video. So today I want to do something that I haven't really done before. I want to do an analysis video on one of my videos. I've done analysis videos on other things, but recently I made a video, my last video actually. You can go check it out. I dropped it a few days ago. It's called House Slave Syndrome, the Black Leadership Summit Breakdown. That's the last video I made. Now that video, I just put it out like 24 hours ago, and it's already approaching 1,000 views, which is pretty cool. First, I want to say send a big shout out to Thoroughly Rain, who actually supported me from day one. I've been making videos for about 3 years, and Thoroughly really has supported me from day one. He sent a lot of his loyal following over my way. You know, he's been doing this on this platform for a little bit longer than I have, so when he saw my video, he sent his subscribers to my channel, and that's really a cool thing because, you know, black people, unfortunately, a lot of times they want to hold on to the plug, right? They want to hold on to what makes them important, and they don't want to redistribute the wealth or redistribute information, or they don't want to send anybody that likes their stuff to somebody else's stuff. That's a whole nother story. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to him for sending a lot of people to this video. Now, yes, of course, I want to do a breakdown on this video because when I was making this video, I really wanted to just put clips of this video in and then put my input immediately. And if you don't know what this video is about, it's called the House Slave Syndrome. That's what I called it. But the actual event was called the Black Leadership Summit. And it was held last week, or should I say this week, and with Donald Trump. He met with quote-unquote young black leaders who were quote-unquote self-proclaimed conservative, black conservatives. So there were people there like Candace Owens, people there like this man named Terrence Williams. We'll get into all that. But basically, just in short, there was Donald Trump came to meet with some black people, right? Okay, fair enough. So, you know, we've heard Donald Trump talk about his African Americans, right?
Look at my African American over here.
We've heard him talk about what African Americans, the African Americans love him, and all the African Americans are calling him and telling him how amazing they're doing.
Least racist person there is anywhere in the world, because the African American people have been calling the White House. They have never been so happy as what a president has done. The African American community is so thankful. They've called me and they said, finally, somebody is telling the truth.
To me, as an actual quote-unquote African American, it's a little insulting for a number of reasons for Donald Trump to come out and tell the world how African Americans love him so much, because I am, like I said, a quote-unquote African American. I say quote-unquote because that is a label that was given to us in the 80s by the suggestion of Jesse Jackson. You can look that up. Before African American, we were called Negro, and before that we were called colored. Before that we were called black. So there's many different labels that they put on us, but right now in 2019 they're calling us African American, right? So again, it was a little insulting because I'm thinking, hey, why the hell would this 73-year-old fat white rich man from New York be telling the world about how much black people do this and that? He doesn't know us. He doesn't speak to us, not the true ones of us, not the ones really in the streets and the trenches and really about liberation of our people, and who have done research on the systematic and forced ideologies of white supremacy in this country. See, that was the thing that really bothered me about this whole meeting, was that it's not that he just went and gathered a whole bunch of black people together in a room and they were just cheering for him. It's that he cherry-picked a group of quote-unquote black conservatives who had already voiced their strong support for him. So he found a bunch of people who already like him and then brought them in a room, turned the camera on, and to the world it looks like, hey, look, black people love Donald Trump. No, that's not the case, because if you were to get 10 average, okay, when I say average, I mean find 10 random black people from anywhere USA, put them in a room, I guarantee you, you're going to have at least one if not all, but you're going to have at least one black person of those 10 who's going to have some questions for Donald Trump. He may not hate him, but we got some questions, okay? And before y'all start and say, hey, you just don't like Trump because you're a leftist. Listen, or don't start with that left versus right shit with me, because I'm not either one of them. I don't believe in either one of them. Both of them are a sham. I've said it before, and I have my reasons for that. If you want to go watch my video about why Barack Obama is not a hero for black people, you can do that. So I'm not, just so you know, I'm not, supporting Hillary, or I'm not supporting Obama, or I'm not some leftist, versus conservative. It's not that. I just see bullshit, and when I see bullshit, I call it out. So let's move forward. What I'm saying is, Donald Trump came to a group of cherry-picked black people and turned the camera on and told the world and showed the world that black people rock with him, which we do not by and large. Again, I have my personal reasons why I do not like or rock with Donald Trump. If you want to know my personal reason why I don't like Donald Trump, here it is. Recently, or should I say, as Donald Trump was running for president, which was not long ago, he was asked if he is okay with the support of the Ku Klux Klan and their leader, David Duke. Now, if you don't know who David Duke is, of course, like I said, he is the former, quote-unquote, Grand Wizard, or the former leader of the Ku Klux Klan. David Duke has been shown on many occasions verbally showing his support for Donald Trump's campaign.
What does today represent to you? The camera's right here. What does today represent to you?
This represents a turning point for the people of this country. We are determined to take our country back. We're going to fulfill the promises of Donald Trump. That's what we believed in. That's why we voted for Donald Trump, because he said he's going to take our country back, and that's what we got to do.
Okay? David Duke was even seen saying that going against Donald Trump as a white man is treason to your heritage. You can look that up.
KKK Grand Wizard David Duke, who recently said that voting against you at this point would be treason to your heritage.
So here's the leader of the Ku Klux Klan giving his open support for Donald Trump. And when asked about this, Donald Trump said, well, let me just show you the video.
Ask you about the Anti-Defamation League, which this week called on you to publicly condemn unequivocally the racism of former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke, who recently said that voting against you at this point would be treason to your heritage. Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Well, just so you understand, I don't know anything about David Duke, okay? I don't know anything about what you're even talking about with white supremacy or white supremacists. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, did he endorse me or what's going on? Because, I know nothing about David Duke. I know nothing about
white supremacists.
And so you're asking me a question that I'm supposed to be talking about people that I know nothing about.
But I guess the question from the Anti-Defamation League is, even if you don't know about their endorsement, there are these groups and individuals endorsing you. Would you just say unequivocally you condemn them and you don't want their support?
Well, I have to look at the group. I mean, I don't know what group you're talking about. You wouldn't want me to condemn a group that I know nothing about. I'd have to look. If you would send me a list of the groups, I will do research on them, and certainly I would disavow if I thought there was something wrong. But you may have groups in there that are totally fine, and it would be very unfair. So give me a list of the groups, and I'll let you know.
Okay. I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but
I don't know, honestly.
I don't know
David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
So as you see, this 73-year-old white rich man from New York claims to not know anything about the Ku Klux Klan. That's not a red flag. Forget all the other rhetoric he said. Forget the grab him by the pussy. Forget everything else he said, right? The Russia stuff, which I don't even know about this Russia stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. I just go off of the real, okay? You cannot tell me this is the leader of the free world and he's just up here lying, okay? Now, I'd rather you say, yeah, I know the Ku Klux Klan. I know they support me, and I support them too. I'd rather you be an openly white supremacist than you sit here and say you do not know who the Ku Klux Klan is. My little brother knows who the Ku Klux Klan is. Okay, let's get it correct. Okay, and then later, after all of these white mass shootings, quote unquote, now you want to mention white supremacy. because we're putting the heat on you.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
I know nothing about white supremacists.
Our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and
white supremacy.
I know nothing about white supremacists.
These sinister ideologies must be defeated.
So you're asking me a question that I'm supposed to be talking about people that I know nothing about.
What? Because we know you're a white supremacist. Because you said that you would pay for the lawyer fees of anyone who hit a protester of yours.
We begin with Donald Trump, who is in Chicago this morning. Mr. Trump, you've said that you don't incite any of this activity, but at several of your rallies, you've said that protesters, you said about one, I'd like to punch him in the face. Another, you suggested that it would be better if he was taken out on a stretcher. You suggested if one thought about throwing a tomato that your supporters should knock the crap out of them.
Knock the crap out of them.
You say no one was hurt, but there was a gentleman who was walking out. The video shows him being escorted out, and then a supporter cold-cocked him. He was hurt, so there was somebody hurt, and he wasn't doing any damage when he was walking out. He was cold-cocked. You had suggested in one of your rallies that you would pay for the legal fees. Will you pay for the legal fees for that gentleman?
Well, I'm going to review it. This kid was walking out, and I understand he had a certain finger up in the air as he's walking out, and this man became very angry.
So is that the threshold? Is just the wrong gesture, and it's okay to clock him?
Well, I think that's a terrible gesture, if you want to know the truth. I mean, we can say, oh, it doesn't matter, but I think it's a terrible gesture. And you know, it's interesting. These people are disruptors. They're not protesters. They're disruptors. They're professional disruptors in some cases, but that's all they do. They stand up and they disrupt.
When you talk about these protesters, you said these are bad, bad people. We're going to take our country back from these people. These people do nothing. Who are these people in that case?
Well, I see people in the audience that I don't think they have a great future. I think they're disruptors. I think they are not in love with our country. I think they protest and they disrupt. That's what they do. I don't know if they do it for a living. I don't know if they get paid for doing it. But they are not good people, and they are certainly not good for our country.
Do you plan on paying for the legal fees of this older gentleman in North Carolina who sucker punched the protester?
From what I understand, he was sticking a certain finger up in the air, and that is a terrible thing to do in front of somebody that, frankly, wants to see America made great again.
It's possible you could help him with legal fees if this man needs it.
I've actually instructed my people to look into it, yes.
26-year-old Rakeem Jones was punched in the face as he was escorted out of Donald Trump's rally last night. Cell phone videos also showed Jones being thrown to the ground and tackled by police.
Boom! An elbow right to the face. Watch from a different angle. The protester never sees it coming. He's wrestled to the ground by deputies. The guy who smacked him goes right back to his seat. The guy who smacked him goes right back to his seat.
Did you like the event?
You bet I liked it.
Yeah? What'd you like about it?
Knocking the hell out of that big mouth. We don't know who he is, but we know he's not acting like an American.
So you deserved it?
Every bit of it.
What was that?
Yes, he deserved it. The next time we see him, we might have to kill him. Yes, he deserved it. The next time we see him, we might have to kill him.
Try not to hurt him. If you do, I'll defend you in court. Don't worry about it.
Just so you know, Donald Trump, I went to one of your rallies. Don't believe me? Here's the video. That's really
what we have, and we'll build the wall. He says build the wall. We're going to build the wall.
Yeah, that was me right there. Silent protester, right in the middle of MAGA country. And you're saying that you would pay for the legal fees of someone who hit me for disagreeing with you? Okay. Well, anyway, let's get back to this video because, of course, I don't want to take too long. But let's just break this video down. I'm going to play this video, and we're going to see what's the problem, all right? As you see, he's walking into a room full of black people cheering him on and saying USA and woo, 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 like it's the Arsenio Hall show, okay? Now look at this dude smiling so big. He's showing every one of his teeth.
We love you. We love you.
They say they love him, but look in the back right here. Look at he's reading the teleprompter, y'all.
Incredibly talented and
look at that.
Unbelievable, patriotic young American.
He's dead ass reading the teleprompter word for word.
Almost willing to bet, maybe even willing to bet somebody in that audience.
They don't even know. And the thing about it is, he's reading the teleprompter and they're eating it up like he's actually talking to them, like for real, as if he's in there looking in their faces and getting actual genuine emotion and getting genuine, you know, inspiration from their presence, their unique presence in that exact room, and he's saying exactly what's on his mind at the time. No, he's reading a big ass teleprompter right behind their heads, and they're sitting there looking at his face like he's Jesus Christ, and we'll get to that. So let's move forward. So this woman, her name is Candace Owens, okay? Candace Owens, I haven't done too much research into her, but I've been keep hearing her name more and more frequently. Well, that's for a reason, because they pay to make sure that these people are in our faces. But anyway, Candace Owens supposedly is a self-proclaimed black conservative, and she's cool with Kanye and all this stuff, and she loves Trump. That's all I know about her, right? Upon further research, I happened to Google her husband, and this is him. Not that it matters, I just want to show what I'm talking about and just kind of give context to this whole conversation. Now listen to what this woman Candace Owens says.
We need to make sure we fight for this man, the one man who is standing up for black America. This man, the one man who is standing up for black America. This man, the one man who is standing up for black America. We are going to fight for, guys.
You hear that? This man, the one man who is standing up for black America. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump is the one man standing up for black America? Really? Okay. The one man. He is the one man out of the millions of men in America, black, white, Asian, Chinese, out of the millions of men in America, the one man standing up for black America is Donald Trump. Not anybody else. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, Waka Flocka, I feel you. Kiss, butter biscuit. Now, I'm going to tell you this. There was a lot of butter biscuits passed out in this conference, and if you don't know what butter biscuits is, when we refer to butter biscuits, we're basically just saying, we're referring to back in slavery days when there was someone who was allowed in the house that was darker, and he was allowed to not have to pick the cotton for that night, and he was brought into the house for his good behavior, or for his lack of rebellion. He was given certain privileges, given certain treats, little Scooby snacks, if you will, because remember, we were eating chitlins and pig guts and pig feet outside. So when they brought you inside, they gave you nice home-style lemonade and fresh churned butter biscuits. They gave you biscuits, a fresh biscuit for you for your subservience to them. So there was a lot of butter biscuits passed out. So yeah, when you hear me say butter biscuit, that just means that, okay? And again, this is all my opinion. I don't mean to harm anybody or give any personal attacks before you try to strike my channel. This was just my observation and my analysis of this personal thing right here for me, okay? So let's get forward.
Outstanding person. A man who I met on Twitter, or as we would say, social media. He is some piece of work, this guy.
Why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for.
Get chicken. Now, mind you, I just want to pause this real quick, and I'm going to let you listen to his rant real quick, and I'm going to stop jumping in, but this is my analysis. This is the dude that Donald Trump brought up. This is the quote-unquote black American or African-American, quote-unquote, that Donald Trump says, you know, is calling him and telling him how much they love him. These are the African Americans, just so we know here, because there's not just one type of African American. So when you say the African Americans love me, you can't say that because we're not a monolith, okay? But we see the types or the prototypes of black Americans that you bring on. The first black American that you bring on here is, well, let's just look.
Why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
So take your asses on back to Africa all you want to. Let me know how Farrakhan treats you. I'm gonna stay here with my white folks, okay? I got white friends, so.
I'm trying to figure some things out.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
My thing is, listen here. The whites bought the slaves fair and square, okay?
Since y'all think y'all slaves, it was a fair and square deal. They paid cash for y'all niggas.
Real quick, I want to know. He said, since y'all mad about slavery, it was a fair and square deal. Them white folks paid cash for y'all niggas. Now, mind you, he said they paid cash for y'all niggas. Sir, are you not African American? Are your ancestors not part of the y'all niggas statement? Where were you when us niggas was getting sold? And why are you not attached to y'all niggas? How can a black man talk about y'all niggas as it relates to our ancestors? As if he's somehow not part of our history. Interesting. Let's continue to listen.
So I don't know why you're mad. You don't even know your damn ancestors. Stop blaming the white man, okay? I got white friends, shit.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
Just a smacking on that chicken. Just a smacking. Now remember, we know that we know the history of the stereotypes of watermelon and fried chicken and grape Kool-Aid for black people. Here this dude is supposedly wanting to be taken seriously, and upon further reflection, I see that he calls himself a quote-unquote comedian. Well, I don't find it funny, bro. And when you came up there to talk to Donald Trump, you didn't introduce yourself as a comedian. You introduced yourself as an average black American. So when you put yourself in front of the world and don't tell them that you're a comedian, and you up here supporting Donald Trump and speaking for black America and the black community, you deserve a bop on the face, Bumba clot, Ross clot.
Don't blame the damn white man.
He told me, well, you ought to be ashamed because your people fought for freedom and all this stuff.
My great-granny told me that my family did not really fight for freedom because they were scared to get hosed down by all that water. You know, they didn't want to get attacked by dogs and stuff. So they stayed in the house when Martin Luther King and them was marching. And plus it was hot in the South, so, and like I said, Martin Luther King wasn't giving out no free water bottles. So they did not march, okay?
And guess what?
He is some piece of work, this guy.
I'm gonna make a national chicken day.
The police is here to protect us, okay? I am sick of this ghetto shit, okay? If you get pulled over by the police, you just listen, okay? Stop with this rebellion shit, because I'm sick of it. I am pissed off, okay? You don't think these officers are scared? Huh? When y'all see people on the side of the damn road, do y'all motherfuckers pull over to help somebody? No, because you know what? You're scared and you don't know what's going to happen. That's the same way how these officers feel when they pull some of y'all ghetto asses over. Crazy ass damn people. Damn, I got a damn crook in my damn neck, so I'm really mad. My chicken getting cold because I got to explain some shit to y'all. So I'm pissed off.
So you see what this guy's mentality is. This is the dude that Donald Trump said he saw his videos and decided, hey, I want to invite this man to speak for black America. Think about that. He probably saw a bunch of different videos, because look, I've been online making videos for at least 3 years. You should see some of my videos. Go down my channel. Would he invite somebody like me to speak without knowing what I was going to say? No, he sees somebody like this smacking on chicken bones and says, yeah, Melania, I think I want to invite this African American to speak on behalf of all African Americans. Okay, let's move forward.
He is some piece of work, this guy. And then I look and I say, who is this guy? His name's Terrence Williams. I look. Say a few words, please.
Thank you. Man's about 4'7", but okay. I mean, you know, I'm not short shaming. I'm just saying.
First of all, I just want to say I love President Donald J.
Butter biscuit. Butter biscuit.
The media is attacking him, but when they attack attack him, they are attacking us. Because he is out here fighting for us. And they are harassing you, Mr. President, so they are harassing me.
Here's another butter biscuit. You see, every time notice he pats them on the back every time they basically do all they can to kiss his butt. Every time sir, we're gonna fight for you. He gives him a little pat on the back. Not even a hug, not a genuine, real thing. He just gives him a little pat. What we call that is the butter biscuit. Here's a biscuit for you, bruh. You don't get the whole pancake. You don't get the whole hash brown. You don't get the whole egg sunny side up. You just get the butter biscuit pat. Look at that pat. Pat.
They are harassing you, Mr. President, so they are harassing me.
And then look what the dude said. He said, when they are attacking you, they are attacking us. You know, Malcolm X one time talked about we sick boss. You can go look Malcolm X, we sick boss. Go look that up on YouTube. But basically he talked about the slave syndrome, that the slave that identified so much with his master that he actually became his master and felt one with his master's emotions to the point where when the master was sick, when the master was tired, the slave would say, what's the matter, master? We sick? We sick, boss? Not are you sick, but are we sick? So here's this dude talking about they're attacking you, boss? Well, they attacking me too. If they attack you, they attacking me. Wow. Wow, bro. Really, bro? Really?
Here, a while back, President Trump said, when he was talking to the black community, if you vote for me, what do you have to lose? Because the do-nothing Democrats have done nothing for the black community. 2020 is around the corner, and we have a lot to lose now because President Donald J. Trump has done so much for the black community. Thank you, President Trump.
Butter biscuit, butter biscuit.
Here's something, and he's a talented guy.
Notice he calls him a talented guy. So to the world, we're thinking, oh, this must be a, successful black, young, serious, mature adult. Donald Trump called him a talented guy. But what is his talent?
And when he started talking, I watched it once, I watched it twice, and then I called the First Lady over. I said, what do you think of this guy?
I just thought this was interesting because the first time I heard the 4 more years thing was with Obama, right? And it was a thing where black people were saying, yeah, 4 more years, you know what I'm saying? We want Obama. And again, I'm not supporting Obama, but I just found it interesting that now here is a group of black people saying 4 more years towards Donald Trump, a 73-year-old fat white rich man from New York who says he doesn't know about the Ku Klux Klan. But we want 4 more years of that.
Together we will express the corruption. We will defeat the socialists. We will defraud. We will defraud.
We will defraud.
I really thought this part was funny because I guess he made a mistake, or maybe he meant to say that, but at the very least there was a Freudian slip. You can look up what that is, because he's talking, he's got the crowd around his finger, and in the middle of him hypnotizing them, he says, we will defraud.
We will defraud.
And then he gives that creepy look like, oh, I fucked up, but guess what? He doubles back and figures out how to get them on anyway. But I caught you, Trump. I caught you.
What we will do what we have to do, but we will stop defrauding all of the people in our country because they've defrauded the people. African Americans built this nation. We built this nation.
Here was one of the more interesting parts too. He said African Americans built this nation. And then he started talking about, we built the nation and we deserve more credit.
You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
And really, I have to say, I agree with Donald Trump here, There's times when a person who is not right for leadership can say good things or true things. And even furthermore, I want it to be noted that Satan or Lucifer or the devil, the deceiver, does just that. He deceives. If you go back to one of my first videos on my channel, I made a video about deceit. Deceit is different from a lie in the sense that a lie can be easily figured out. If I tell you a lie, you easily know it's a lie. You could easily disprove it. But if I tell you deceit, I'm giving you pieces of truth inside a basically propaganda. So if I tell you deceit, I can tell you a bunch of truth to lead you to a lie. So here Donald Trump is telling this group of black people that you guys built the country and you need more credit. And of course, on face value, that's true. But why is he telling them that? Of course, to continue to deceive them. Learn the tricks of the enemy, y'all.
Right? Through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. It's really amazing to see what some of our law enforcement does and how much they love you.
On your face!
That's the fact. That's the fact. We're lucky to have him. And
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but I did think it was kind of funny. He's like, it's amazing to see what our law enforcement does to show that they love you, black people. And then you cut to the scene, on your face! As a fucking grown-ass white police officer slams a 13-year-old black girl in her bikini at the pool party on the fucking pavement.
On your face!
I just find it ironic, to say the least.
Reverend Al Sharpton, well, he wasn't nowhere. He was nowhere. Just so we know, I've known him for a long time. He used to love me. We used to go to fights together with Don King. Don King's a friend of mine. Don King endorsed me. And Don King and Al Sharpton get along. We used to go to fights together. And he liked me until I ran and succeeded in politics. Then it wasn't to his benefit. But look, Al's a con man. We all know that. He's a con man.
Now, I can't say I disagree with him here either. Now, again, I'm not going to ever be completely biased towards anything. So, Donald Trump actually does say a lot of truth. But remember about deceit. But here, he's talking about Al Sharpton, and he said what's true. A lot of people actually loved Donald Trump before he ran for president. And then after, or the moment he ran, they acted like they didn't know him. It's just kind of weird for me because I'm not saying he's 100% racist and I've seen him do racist things. I'm saying he encourages racism with his rhetoric and he blatantly lies about his racist ties and his support from racist people. So that's a problem. But anyway, as far as Al Sharpton, you see the pictures. He was chilling with Al Sharpton. So why are you mad now, Al?
All of you on your campuses or in high school, I know a lot of y'all are in high school, continue to fight for your right for freedom of speech because you know where you stand and everyone else can know where you stand too. So just keep up that
fight. Okay, now we're getting interesting. We're getting to the interesting part. This girl, she's up here. Yeah, hi, I'm Amber. And keep up that fight. Yeah, I'm Amber. Keep up the fight, guys. She's so happy to be up there, right? And that's another thing I wanted to point out about these people. Just look at each one of their faces as they're up there. And notice how they look at Trump and how they looking at each other and they're so proud to be there. Why are you so proud when we're still dying in the streets? Are you that disconnected from us? Jesus. But watch this. He goes in for a little kiss, right? He gives her a little peck on the cheek, just a customary, you know, whatever, right? But then, look at his face. He loves it. He's loving it. He loves that kiss so much he needs a second one on the other cheek. And then, of course, I had to throw in the clip from what he said a few years ago because I couldn't forget that he said he loves to grab women by the pussy. Now, these aren't my words. These are the words of President Donald J. Trump. Said he loves to grab women by the pussy, and because he's the quote-unquote star, they let him do it. That's what he said.
I'll admit it. I did try and fuck her. She was married. I moved on her like a bitch. Then all of a sudden I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss.
I don't even know. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
But anyway.
Remember?
I actually like that. Butter biscuit. And look at her. Look at her. Actually, stop that. Rewind it back. Look at her face. Look at her face, right? Look at her face after he kisses her the first time. She's behind him like, watch, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now.
Thank you very much,
She's behind him like, thank you guys, thank you. And everybody's like, yeah, everybody's congratulating everybody. Just look at it. Why are y'all so proud? And just look how tickled she is that he came in for the second hug. But I bet you I'm not even gonna go there, but maybe if someone else who looked more browner, who maybe didn't have such a nice job, asked for her number or tried to hug her or kiss her or greet her like that or go in for the second hug, I'm wondering if she'd still feel so tickled and so coy about another man of a darker complexion, trying to rub up on her like that. Or is it just Donald Trump and people who look like Donald Trump who's allowed to just grab you by the pussy?
With us this afternoon is Ben Okoroki. That's a great name. I love that name.
Now, we're almost done here. This one is really important. These last two are really important. Here's this man named Ben Okoroki.
Ben Okoroki. That's a great name. I love that name.
And I'm just going to keep my composure here, but I just got to go in real quick. Now, listen to me very closely. There's a difference between an African-American, quote-unquote, and a black American, or should I say, let me just make this clear. An African-American, in colloquial terms, refers to someone born in America, a black, quote-unquote, American, who has direct lineage to the transatlantic slave trade, who has been here, who does not have a place else to go, who does not have a land of his own, a culture of his own, so to speak, outside of American culture. This is what an African American refers to. However, if you want to be technical, an African American could be a person from Africa who then moves or immigrates to America. That would actually be the more proper term for an African American. But in either regard, there must be a distinction made and a difference made between someone born in Africa that immigrated here versus someone who was born here and just happens to have dark skin and you call them black and assume they are from Africa. That's a whole nother statement, but I want you to look into the Aborigines of even Australia, which was originally called Tasmania, which had people darker than I am. And if you saw them, you might call them black as well, but they were from the original Australia. So we have to understand that the first inhabitants of the entire population of the earth were of darker descent. So for you to assume that all of us are from the region of Africa is a little ignorant, to say the least. But furthermore, to tell a black American who has never been to Africa to then move to a place he's never been that has 54 countries is asinine, to say the least. Furthermore, we have to make that distinction again between black Americans and Africans that immigrated here. So this man, Ben Okoroki, who we're going to get into, he talked to us about black Americans. So again, who is the real African American? Is it the black American who's born here, who doesn't know who he is? Or is it the African who knows who he is, who knows the exact country and his language and still has his last name intact, that moves to America, that is the African American? In either case, we cannot be both called the same thing. And you, Ben Okoroki from the Cameroon, you cannot come to America and speak for us. So let's get into this dude.
When Ben was 14 years old, he legally immigrated to the United States after suffering many hardships in Cameroon.
Remember, when Ben was 14 years old, he immigrated to the United States after suffering in his own country.
To give back to our country, he joined the United States Army and honorably served.
To give back to our country, he says, he fought for the United States Army. So let me just go in real quick. And again, this is my opinion as a black American. When I was younger, I was told I'm African American. When I was younger, I opened the books and they told me I was stolen from Africa, that I was somehow an African and I was stolen from Africa and brought over here. Then when I got a little older, I heard that the Africans sold me to the white man that brought me here. So now I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? Let's just be honest. We don't know what the fuck is going on. But if we're just going with the basic rhetoric of what you told us, I am from Africa and I'm an African, correct? Okay, so then now that you know that my black ass has been here for 400 years, Ben O'Rourke, how come you didn't fly over here and come and help my black ass, or save my black ass, or speak for my black ass? No, Ben O'Rourke, you waited 400 years. You got your shots, because you got to get shots to fly to Africa and to fly to and from Africa. You got to go get to the doctor, get shots. You got to get your passports. You got to get a visa to stay here. You did all of that. Then you flew 17 hours from Cameroon to come here just to look over us, so you can talk to the white man and tell him thank you for your service, and just so that you can fight for the United States government, the same United States government that sprayed us with water hoses while you were over there doing whatever you were doing in Cameroon? Nah, I don't accept that, brother. I don't accept that at all. So, like I said, am I an African or not, bruh?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. And thank you, Charlie Kirk. First of all, Mr. President, we would like to thank you for everything that you've done for the African American community so far.
Boom. Here he says, thank you, sir, for what you've done for the African American community so far. Bruh, that's like me going to Cameroon and telling the leader of the Cameroon people. That's like the Cameroon people, the people of Cameroon, rebellion against the people who are oppressing them and having grievances because the leaders and the authorities are beating them down in the streets when they're unarmed in Cameroon. And my black ass from Los Angeles, California, fly all the way to Cameroon to tell the people who's in charge of beating you, oh yeah, thank you for what you've done for the Cameroon people. No, bro. You don't know what Donald Trump and white supremacy and all of these people in the government has done for black America. Look into this Tuskegee experiment where they injected us with syphilis. That's what they've done for the black African American community. They injected us with syphilis to see how we would react to it over time. That's what happened in the 70s, bro, 1970s. So stop telling me, oh, let's get over slavery. It's not just slavery that we're mad for, Ben O'Rourke. You see, I even looked it up for you on Google. African American, first thing that pop up. The people that are from America, black American, with direct lineage to enslaved blacks. The fuck, Ben O'Rourke? The fuck? And Ben, I need you to lay off the coconut oil on your forehead, brother. Why is your forehead so shiny, brother? I think I can see Donald Trump's reflection in your forehead, my friend. And that's just a word of brotherly advice. Just dab it with a Kleenex. And then I'll send you to a nice African-American barber for that bowl cut you have, my brother. In the United States, we do not line our head up with a machete. We use clippers for the side fade. All right? Come on, get it together. If you're part of our community now, right? Well, in the black American community, we will roast you if you come with that weak-ass school shooter haircut you got on your head, bruh. What you thought with that biscuit head, boy?
We thank you for criminal justice reform. We thank you for the lowest black unemployment rate in this country, sir. And finally, most importantly, sir, thank you for saving America, and thank you.
Now look at this nigga, I'm almost done, but look at this man almost cried. I had to stop the video when I was editing it, and a lot of people made comments on the original video that I put and said, man, I couldn't watch this, man. Man, it was a lot. It was a lot to process. I almost threw up. I was dying laughing at the comments. This dude said I almost threw up watching this video. Truly, I had to make this video and pause it so many times because I had to watch the clips. You know, when you edit something, you got to spend hours. So I spent about 10 hours editing that 13-minute video, the original video. So I had to watch these same clips over and over and over to put everything perfectly in time. And me watching this Ben O'Rourke dude, I almost like vomited legitimately when I saw how Ben O'Rourke was looking at Donald Trump with this look like a sad puppy dog who's happy that he finally got let in the house after it's been raining, and now he has his tail tucked between his legs, and you're looking, I'm just going, I'm sorry, Ben O'Rourke. I gotta go in on you. If I had to judge your spirit, it would be that of someone who has way too much pride. You came over here like, yes, I am Ben O'Rourke. I have finally left, and I have finally left Cameroon. I have finally done it. I have become a success, and now I have traveled to the United States, and I am being embraced by the president and the leader of the free world. I am now standing beside Donald Trump, the leader and the savior of the world. Thank you. I am now a success. Boy, if you don't get your ass off stage, talk about you speaking for the black community, you are not doing, bro. You got here, keep it cool, because again, now listen, before you think this is hate speech, I have African friends. One of my best friends was African from Sierra Leone. Another one of my best friends was from Nigeria. Okay, but they were born in America, and they're they were like basically black American. They had the black American experience. Much different again from even Barack Obama, who did not have the black American experience. His father was African. His mother was white. He grew up with white grandparents. He grew up in Indonesia. You was not in Chicago when it was popping. So the black American experience is different from all experiences, bro. Don't come to me with that. You don't know our experiences. And even the African friends that I have who are born in America, but their parents are directly from Africa, they tell me. So don't lie to me. Tell me I'm lying right now. If you're from Africa, 9 times out of 10, you have a place still in Africa and out here. You have family still out there and out here. So when shit get hectic, and even if it don't get hectic, a lot of y'all just have plans to just come out here, make your money, and take it back out there, which is not a problem. Y'all said it straight up to me. They said, yeah, we're going to take our money and move back out there. We got a whole compound out there. But here's the problem. Black Americans don't have shit even in our own country. We don't have 2 countries to go back and forth and bring resources from one to the other and all that shit and get visas and all that. We don't know where to go, okay? And I made a video about y'all calling us a katas. We could get into that too. So don't make me go in, Ben O'Rourke. Get off a stage. And so, yeah, here he is looking up at Donald Trump just crying. Just thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Get off a stage. Give us free looking ass. And look at his face. Look, he couldn't even look at Donald Trump as he looked at the glory and majesty of Donald Trump's blonde wig. And he couldn't even look at him because that's basically like looking at white Jesus Christ. And he had his head down. He couldn't even look at the glory of him until Donald Trump gave him a butter biscuit tap on the back. And then he looks up at him one last time with just so much admiration. It makes me sick.
Finally, sir, thank you for taking on the fake news media, sir. Finally, we want you to build the wall, sir. Frankly, because we don't oppose immigration, but we oppose illegal immigration. So we want you to come to this country legally if you're going to come to this country.
He says build a wall. He says build a wall. Here is an immigrant, a self-proclaimed immigrant, telling other potential future immigrants what they should and shouldn't do, what he wants from them, what we want. He said, we want you to come here legally. Who is we? You're a whole immigrant, bro. How are you going to come in somebody else's house making whole demands what we want? Who is we? Oh, you and Donald Trump, you and them? You came and teamed up with them. Oh, yeah, you came and fought for them, so we want y'all other immigrants to act right. But the funniest and most ironic, almost poetic thing about this is you standing there with the original immigrant, the quote-unquote white man, the European man who came over here, raped, robbed, and pillaged, lied, and gave deceit to the people of the original inhabitants of this land. Those are the original immigrants, but nobody speaks about that, though, huh? But you telling us what you want. See, this is why we must defeat the ideologies of white supremacy, because it's just ridiculous and asinine. Lastly, they brought this girl on stage. I don't even want to go into it. You can watch it. They brought this girl on stage, another immigrant. So mind you, she says she's from Ethiopia. This one's from Ethiopia. So you brought like 4 people on stage, and 2 of them were directly from Africa. But you're speaking for African Americans? You didn't even represent us properly. At least a true leader, in my opinion, a true leader goes among the people and allows criticism. He allows questions. He allows opposing opinion. You just cherry-picked a bunch of niggas to come and speak for you. That's my opinion. This isn't meant to be derogatory. But then you brought this girl from Africa. She came up here talking about, oh yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for what you did for black people. Donald Trump, I'm so happy. I'm from Africa, but thanks for what you did for black Americans.
But I just want to say thank you, Mr. President. And I know we have a political warfare right now, but I strongly believe that it is a spiritual one as well. And I want to make sure that, I know that Americans are going to wake up and we're going to get back to looking to God instead of social media, and we're going to look back to Jesus, because Jesus saves, and this country was founded upon, the Constitution was built on godly principles, and we're going to fight for that. I love God, and I want to pray.
She's laughing, quote unquote, praying to Jesus, which I don't even want to get into that, but you're praying, and I love prayer. But bro, prayer is something deep and strong. The first thing is, Donald Trump didn't even lower his head when she asked him to lower his head. That's the funny part about it. She asked everybody to lower their head. The main person, he's just sitting there smiling with a smirk.
I'm not really good with prayers or anything like that. Okay, all right. I don't know if you guys want to bow your head. Okay. All right. Dear God, I'm not really good at this, but bow your head. Okay. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be in the White House. Thank you for giving us a great leader like Trump, Mr. Donald Trump. And I would like to thank you for waking up our nation. God protect us. God protect our president as he's going through so much right now, so much scrutiny. God, I believe that you gave him to us, and I believe that he's gonna accomplish so much more. I know you have more for us. Jesus, I ask you to protect us and walk with us. In Jesus' name, the enemy tries to attack us every single day. He tries to discourage us, but he has no room. He has no room, no more. And that's all I have to say. No more. And that's all I have to say.
Then you saying a prayer. If I was God and you were praying to me, I'm just gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably laugh at you the same way you laughing at me while you praying. You praying to Jesus, quote unquote, laughing. He probably laughing at you. That's no spiritual power in that. That's why Donald Trump didn't even have his head. Look, if I was up there praying, them boys would have ran. Everybody up there would have scattered like roaches. Because I'm bringing spiritual power out. Swords. Swing, swing, Zorro. Swing, swing. Fuck are you talking about? You up there, Jesus Christ. So he died on the cross for you to be up there, with Donald Trump? Anyway, I just wanted to break this down one time. I'm done with it. I vomited it. I'm not going to come back like a dog and eat my vomit. I already vomited. It's already out. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I need you guys to please keep your eyes open and, of course, vibrate higher.
In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily. We've become weak. We become weak.
And you know what? The audience swung back. And I thought it was very, very appropriate. The audience hit back. And that's what we need a little bit more of now.
Part of the problem and part of the reason it takes so long is nobody wants to hurt each other anymore, right?
I don't know if I would have done well, but I would have been out there fighting, folks. I don't know if I would have done well, but I would have been boom, boom, boom. I'll beat that.
Do you plan on paying for the legal fees of this older gentleman in North Carolina who sucker punched the protester?
From what I understand, he was sticking a certain finger up in the air. And that is a terrible thing to do in front of somebody that, frankly, wants to see America made great again.
It's possible you could help him with legal fees if this man needs it.
I've actually instructed my people to look into it, yes.
I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will.
Maybe he should have been roughed up because it was absolutely disgusting what he was doing.
If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Try not to hurt him. If you do, I'll defend you in court. Don't worry about it. In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily. We become weak. We become weak.